Right, listen up petrol heads, we're talking car tuning today. What is it? Simple. It's like giving your motor a good strong cuppa, tweaking it to go faster, look cooler, or sip fuel like a vicar at a tea party. Tuning can be as simple as a new air filter or as wild as a turbocharger the size of your granny. It's about making your car not some cookie cutter off the production line. But, and this is a big but, tuning isn't for the faint of heart. It's a jungle out there, full of dodgy mechanics and parts that make your nan's lawnmower blush. So buckle up, because we're about to go for a spin through the exciting and sometimes bumpy world of car tuning. Why do we tune our cars? It's primal, really. We crave speed, power, the thrill of the open road. Like a cheetah chasing a gazelle, we want our cars to be the fastest things on four wheels. But it's more than just horsepower. Tuning is about control, about feeling every nuance of the engine, every twitch of the steering wheel. It's about becoming one with the machine. And let's not forget aesthetics. A little lowering here, some fancy rims there, and suddenly your car is a head-turner, the envy of every bloke, or bird, on the block. Tuning is about passion. It's about taking a mass-produced hunk of metal and turning it into an extension of yourself. It's about saying, this is ride, and it's bloody brilliant. Let's talk performance, shall we? The heart and soul of car tuning. We're talking more horsepower, more torque, and enough acceleration to give a roller coaster a run for its money. Think of your engine as a hungry beast. Tuning is like giving it a 5-star meal. A new exhaust system lets it breathe easier. A remapped ECU optimizes its diet. And a turbocharger, well, that's like injecting it with a shot of pure adrenaline. The result? Your car transforms from a docile donkey into a roaring lion. Overtaking becomes a breeze, 0 to 60 times become bragging rights, and that smug look on your face? Priceless. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility, and probably a hefty repair bill if you're not careful. Now some of you might be thinking, Jeremy, I'm more interested in saving pennies than burning rubber. Well, fear not my frugal friends, for tuning can help you squeeze more miles out of that tank. Think of it as giving your car a crash course in eco-driving. A remap can optimize your engine's fuel-to-air ratio, while low-resistance tires and aerodynamic tweaks help you cheat the wind. And here's a secret. Sometimes, less is more. Shedding unnecessary weight from your car is like putting it on a diet. Out with the spare tire, in with a lighter battery, and suddenly you're sipping fuel like a camel in the Sahara. So, even if you're not chasing speed demons, tuning can help your wallet and the environment. Who said you couldn't be both a petrol head and planet conscious? Now, let's talk about the fun part, making your car look the business. This is where your personality shines through, where you can turn your ride into a four-wheeled reflection of your inner self. Want to look like you're about to hit the track? Lowered suspension, a sporty body kit, and a set of alloys will have you looking faster even when you're stuck in traffic. More of a rugged off-road type, lift kits, beefy tires, and a bull bar will have you ready to tackle the Serengeti, or at least the speed bumps in the supermarket car park. But remember, taste is subjective. What looks like a masterpiece to you might look like a dog's dinner to someone else. So, personalize your car, but try not to give your fellow motorists a seizure in the process. Section 6. The price of performance, wear and tear, maintenance, and longevity. Right, let's get real for a moment. When you decide to tune your car, you're signing up for a whole new level of commitment. Tuning isn't all sunshine and tire smoke. It's a labor of love that demands both time and money. It can be a costly affair, and I'm not just talking about the initial investment. The ongoing expenses can add up quickly. Think of it like this. You're pushing your car harder, asking it to perform beyond its factory settings. This means you're putting more strain on every component. That means more stress on the engine, transmission, brakes, the whole shebang. Every part of your car is working overtime. Regular maintenance becomes even more crucial. Oil changes, filter replacements, and other routine services become more frequent. Spark plug swaps, you'll be on a first-name basis with your mechanic. And that's just the beginning. And let's not forget the increased risk of things going wrong. A blown head gasket, a cracked engine block, or even a failed turbocharger can set you back significantly. A snapped drive shaft. These are the nightmares that keep tuned car owners awake at night. The more you push your car, the more likely you are to encounter these issues. So, before you go strapping on a turbocharger the size of a beach ball, make sure you've got the funds to keep your tuned-up beast happy and healthy. It's not just about the thrill of the ride, it's about ensuring your car can handle the pressure and stay in top shape for the long haul. Section 7. The legal maze navigating regulations and insurance implications. Now for the boring but important bit, the law. It's not the most exciting part of car tuning, but it's absolutely essential. Ignoring these regulations can lead to hefty fines, or worse, your car being impounded. Yes, unfortunately, the fun police have something to say about car tuning. They are always on the lookout for vehicles that don't comply with the law. Every country has its own regulations about what modifications are legal and which ones will have you on a first-name basis with the local constabulary. Exhaust noise limits, emissions standards, and even the height of your vehicle can be regulated. Even the tint of your windows, it's enough to make your head spin. And then there's insurance. It's not just about getting your car on the road, it's about keeping it there legally and safely. Oh, insurance. The bane of every car enthusiast's existence. The moment you modify your car, your premiums will likely skyrocket faster than a SpaceX rocket. Modify your car, and your premiums will likely skyrocket faster than a SpaceX rocket. And it's not just about the cost, it's about the coverage. Some modifications might even void your insurance altogether, leaving you high and dry if the worst should happen. Imagine getting into an accident and finding out your insurance won't cover you because of that new turbocharger. So do your homework, check your local laws, and make sure you understand what is and isn't allowed. Ignorance is not an excuse in the eyes of the law. Talk to your insurance company. Be upfront about the modifications you plan to make. It's better to know beforehand if a modification will affect your coverage or premiums, and make sure you're not accidentally turning your pride and joy into a rolling legal liability. A little bit of research and a few phone calls can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Section 8. Tread carefully. Common tuning mistakes and how to avoid them. Right. Now that we've covered the serious stuff, let's talk about some common tuning pitfalls and how to avoid them. Tuning a car can be an exciting journey, but it's easy to get carried away and make mistakes that could cost you dearly in the long run. Because let's face it, nobody wants to be guy or girl with the car that's all show and no go. First up, cheap parts. It's tempting to save a few bucks by opting for cheaper components, but this is a classic mistake. Remember, you get what you pay for. Cheap parts might look the part, but they often lack the durability and performance of higher quality components. Investing in quality parts can save you a lot of headaches down the road. Skimping on quality components is like building a house of cards. It might look impressive at first, but it'll all come crashing down eventually. Next, ignoring maintenance. Regular maintenance is crucial to keep your tuned car running smoothly. Tuning your car and then neglecting its upkeep is like taking a thoroughbred racehorse and feeding it nothing but fast food. It might perform well initially, but over time, the lack of proper care will take its toll. It'll run for a while, but eventually it'll grind to a halt. And finally, overdoing it. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of modifying your car, but more isn't always better. Yes, we all want our cars to be unique, but there's a fine line between tastefully modified and looking like a reject from a Fast and Furious movie. Overdoing modifications can not only make your car look gaudy, but also affect its performance and reliability. So, take your time, do your research, and remember, less is often more when it comes to car tuning. A well-thought-out plan and careful execution can make all the difference. Happy tuning! Section 9. Tuning verdict, weighing the pros and cons. So, there you have it. Car tuning, the good, the bad, and the potentially illegal. It's a world of endless possibilities, but also one fraught with potential pitfalls. Is it worth it? Well, that's up to you. If you're a thrill seeker, a tinkerer, someone who craves control and personalization, then tuning can be an incredibly rewarding experience. But if you're on a tight budget, value reliability above all else, or just want a car that gets you from A to B without any fuss, then the factory settings might be just fine. Ultimately, car tuning is a personal choice. It's about passion, about pushing boundaries, and about making your car an extension of yourself. Just remember to do it right, do it safely, and most importantly, have a bloody good time.